There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound like a treasured site in Christianity?
No sound. No sound. That was, let me tell you, that's not easy to do. So let me rewind it. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is April 13th, 2022. It is Wednesday, and it is, well, it's just about the end of the day, right? Hump day, right in the middle. My 9-to-5ers busting your hump out there for the man. That's what I said before. Trying to remember what I said so it's real, you know, it's uniform. But anyway, I was saying, before you could hear me, I love you. I don't know. Is this the thing for love? I was just saying thank you for spending the last couple of hours of the hump day here, because basically what we want to do is escape from our daily lives and talk about the things that we have no answers for, right? Aliens, UFOs, super chats. Tony McClear with a 10-pound, 10-quitter. No message, no emoji or sticker. He just put it in the computer. It goes in like a whoo, right? And then I wait for it, and then it comes through, and I get it. That is a 10. I know what that is just by looking at it. Strawberry. I'll put that in there. And the candy comes out of the machine, Endor Foods. Thank you. First chat of the, what is it? Super chat of the night. Because the sound went off. Now I'm off. Because I forgot to unmute, which is a rarity. We've been doing pretty good for a long time. Remember that mute button used to be on all the time. I once talked for 15 minutes without knowing. All right, Tony. Continuing supporter of Goof On, because you're the first one tonight. It's the same old, but, you know, here we go. Thank you, Tony McClear, with a $10, 10 quid, 10 pound. There's nothing there. Except a lot of love. Mucho gusto generoso. Continuing supporter of Goof On. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Mucho gusto generoso. So tonight, we're going to step away from reality and imagine that we could go interstellar. And I've got something, I got a couple of things I want to start off with tonight. I got to tell you, I put together a pretty interesting show. If I could do it right, this might not be bad tonight. Might actually be a step up. Actually, this week's been great. Bob Lazar's story's taken off, right? Those tapes, everybody's listening to them. And if they're not, well, tonight I think Third Phase of Moon's putting a 30-minute segment up. 30, wow, I can't believe how much stuff you guys have never heard before. It's going to be incredible tonight. And then they'll probably do one on Friday as well with the last 10 or 15 minutes. So there's a lot of Bob Lazar tapes, never heard stuff before. It's just interesting, nostalgia. It's Bob Lazar. By the way, Lazar is a very interesting name. And I was talking yesterday. What's that? Oh, let's do roll call real quick. Roll call for Felicia Flores, the beautiful one. Welcome to the show. Member Walt Corbin's here. What up, man? Welcome to the show. Randall Hill speaks. Welcome to the show. Coral Ann. Welcome to the show. Brett S. Have some comedy mixed into the end. Yeah. Well, I might come up with something funny today. I doubt it, but it happens here and there. Tony McClear, welcome to the show. Lisa M. with Mysterioso Look. Love a Lila with hair. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. And member, the Gorilla Gamer, welcome to the show. 6 Cents, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Dano Scagnetti's here. I feel protected all of a sudden. I don't know why. I feel protected when I see a fellow Italian. You know what I mean? Feels good. Minnie Main's here. How you doing, Minnie? Feels like I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. Murder Hornet returns. It's always hard to say your name. I always want to say Murder's Hornet or Murder Hornets. Murder Hornet returns. Yeah, got it. I have to put it in my mind that way. Hey, who's this guy? Dr. Z. Smith, what are you doing here, huh? Where you been hiding? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Hairless Primate, welcome to the show. That's a great name, by the way. AL Warrior. The Warrior. The Warrior. Every time I think I see your name, AL Warrior, I think it was something else, but now it's more like heavy metal. The Warrior. Right? Am I wrong? You are the warrior. Stormcrow's here. Still coming to the show. Welcome back after my horrible reading. Matt S.T. Matt Street. Welcome to the show. What's up, Matt? I don't know if I've seen you here before, but welcome. Member Ben Yorkshire, UK. How you doing, Lay? Huh? How you doing? Was it 2 a.m. over there? Thank you for hanging out for a minute. Appreciate it. Member Rebecca Wiles. What do you say, Rebecca? How you doing, huh? Good. FAP's in the house. Welcome. David Wilcox. Member David Wilcox. How you doing, man? John P. Adventures. What do you say, Chief? Scott Blight. How you doing, man? Good to see everybody. Thank you. Let's see. Den Bub's got it. You made it through. We got a member, Brian Kegler. Member, Sky Allen. Welcome to the show. Who's at the front door? The blooded one's at the front door. What are you doing? I think I need help, Scagnetti. Scagnetti, book 'em. Book 'em, Stick Scagnetti. That's how this show goes. Big Bob Little M's here. What's up, man? How you doing? If I didn't say hi, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we'll be here all the rest of the night. What's up, John Hintz? Can't forget you. And Yar, Ye Crub. How you doing? All right, there you are. Scagnetti, book him. I want to see him legless. Scagnetti, take care of it. I like saying your last name. I wish I had. When growing up, I always hated my last name. I don't know why. I hated it. And I think because the way people always screwed it up. Or Guy or Dano. One idiot person, and they had to be joking, said, your last name Geronimo? That's not a lie. That's not a joke either. That's real life name botching. So I grew up with a lot of Guy or Dano because I was in Arizona. No, I go back home. Hey, Giordano, how you doing? You look like you're a little thin. You want some meatballs? Ma! They call their ma. Yeah, always the meatballs and spaghetti. This is good linguine. It's good linguine, Mrs. Scagnetti. Fucking son's gonna be a great captain one day. Gonna be a great capo. Ah, look at this guy, huh? Look at the way he eats. You can tell he's all about order. I like it. He got his meatballs right there. He doesn't mix them in. He eats them separately. He likes to micromanage. I need a good capo to micromanage. Hey, don't talk about the family business. Never talk about the family business at dinner. And never around the ladies. Am I wrong or am I right? I'm right. You never speak the frickin' family business. You never do that in front of strangers neither. You a filthy animal. How old are you? 6, 7? You're gonna learn by the time you're 9. You'll be shining shoes. In case you haven't heard, I shine shoes no more. In case you haven't heard, you've been in the joint for a long time there. I know, I come over here and busting balls. He's getting a little bit excited. Nah. You're a little disrespectful. Okay. Keep him here. Keep him fucking here. Make sure he don't leave. Hey, how you doing? He comes back 3 hours later. They're closing down the joint. He comes in, Joe Pesci, and he sees him in the zoom, right into the camera. And they start busting his hump. What was that guy's name? Tommy Bats. Yeah, because he shouldn't have done that to Bats. I was just breaking his balls in case you haven't heard you shine shoes no more, huh? I wish I could do Joe Pesci's voice. Yeah. Just one time I wish I was tall. I'm sorry I got blood on your floors. All over, what did he say? I'm sorry we got blood on your tablecloth or something like that. And then De Niro's kicking him and blood's going all over and he goes, look at this muck did to my shoes. It's great writing. Because that's real. Yeah. My dad would step in dog shit and said, why'd the dog go there? Because it's outside. I don't know. This friggin' mutt knew I was going to go there. Where is he? Take my rings. Hold on to my rings. All right, let's get the show on the road. I bullshitted enough. What do we got? I want to start this show off with a sighting that happened about a week ago. We never talked about it because that's the way it goes. So let's get this sighting. It comes from the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. It seems to be making the rounds on the internet. I don't know why. I see a dot. I see CGI. Maybe you think it's better than that. So take a look at this. It's off coast to coast, but we know it's Hidden Underbelly. We could see it. So, in 3, 2, go. Isn't that my intro? That's my intro. That's my outro.
Okay, guys, we have got some interesting footage of this UFO orb.
What do I say? No dots. Oh, that's not.
Guys, let's take a look at the footage and we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
So immediately I'm saying it's a plane. Right? The flashing and whatnot. I'll tell you what I think is going on though. Watch. Where's it going? Where'd it go? Boom, it's gone. Wait, what the? It just showed up over there. Hey Joey, get my binoculars. We got flying meatballs. See how it's kind of interesting the way it goes in and out. It's going over the thing. You're not going to be able to get it. Snap ahead. Move to the right or the left. Do something.
So here's what I know about this footage. This was captured on the 7th of April, 2022, around 5:40 to 5:55 a.m. Now, the witness states that he had just finished work and he was looking up at the star. Well, this object that he thought was a star, and it began to move. So he quickly grabbed his phone and filmed this object. Now, if you notice a couple of times in the footage, this object turns out its lights. So, guys, I don't believe that this could be a satellite because it seems to have changed its course a couple of times.
It's not.
I don't believe this is a drone because he's having a good look at this object and we see no navigation lights. A plane? No, I don't think so.
All right, now I'm going to bust everybody's bubble. I see that tic-tac-toe. I'll grab that one. Canadian 279. Thank you. Bob Lazar voice saying, has anyone seen Richie? Has anyone seen Richie? That sounded like Beavis or Butthead. Hey, Beavis, have you seen Richard? No, I haven't seen him. No. Hey, Beavis, has anyone seen Richie? That's funnier than Bob Lazar. I'll try it. All right, you ready? Bob Lazar saying, anybody seen Richie? Anybody seen Richie? I can't. I just can't. Anyway, I can't. Once I get that butthead voice in my head, I can't get it anywhere else. But that's a funny 279. Thank you. Tic-Tac-Toe, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. So, yeah, I see this here, and I originally said, I know what's going on. Let me just tell you. This is a drone. Shh. I'm going to tell you why. You want to hear why, or you're going to argue with me? Because I know I'm right. I'm so right that I'm going to try to duplicate this tomorrow. That's how right I think I am. And let me tell you what's going on in this video. Pull it back up. I'll turn him off. And I think some of you figured it out. I'm not sure. But here we have an object, and you could already tell that it's not 100% in focus, right? Out of focus. There it's a little more in focus, but it's never fully in focus. So what is happening on this type of sky, this light, in this day, if it was a bright blue day instead of the sun setting or rising, but you can tell the sun is very low in the sky, and it gives you this background where this is out of focus, but they turn on the light on the drone. You can see the light, whether it's in focus or out of focus, but what you can't see is the smaller drone that's out of focus. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like seeing those airplanes and they look like Tic Tacs because of the angle of the plane and it's not focused 100%. I'm going to duplicate this tomorrow and bust this wide open. I'm telling you, that's exact. I've done it. By accident. I've done it being out of focus. So I'll bring my Hi8 camera with me tomorrow and I'll have my phone with me. But even the way the light turns off is just like my drone light. Same exact thing happens. That's out of focus. That's $5 from Bex. Thank you very much. I believe that is a Swedish money. Thank you very much. And I know it's green. Everything's color-coded. So I think that's a hint on the, what do they call that when you figure out the currency? But anyway, thank you very much, Bex. Mucho gusto. He did it the right way, too. See, no message, no emoji, no sticker, just whoo, got it. Oh, let me see. I could smell it already. It's popcorn. Kettle corn. I love kettle corn. Thank you, Bex. Someday I'm going to have to get real food here. Thanks. Appreciate it. And I just heard something. Somebody's chiming in. I think I got a message. Uh-oh. Is this what I... What? Oh. Is that who I think it is? Gigi Abby Lynn with $5.55 Cash App. Cool, man. Thank you very much. I love those Cash App donations. Those are rare. Thank you very much. And they're the easiest ones to do, too, right? They're so easy. Very cool. You guys are going to shit after you hear what I found out with a little help from the Gorilla Gamer about Bob Lazar's name in a minute. But that's what's going on here. It's out of focus, the drone. They turn the light on and off. You can't see the drone. It moves to the left. They know. They just move it over for 3 seconds. It's there. They turn the light back on. I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, right? When the sun is coming up. Same exact setting. And I'm going to be halfway in. Like if that sun rises in the east, I'm going to be like southeast. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't look like they're facing where the sun's rising. It's got to be exact. I'll do that tomorrow. Yep. Now we have something to shoot for. And if I can't do it, well, then I just don't know what kind of camera they're using. I almost said phone. Like a phone is a camera now, you know. Very interesting from the Gorilla Gamer, I think you sent that to me, and also, or I don't know. I remember who sent it. Did Nicole? I think Nicole sent that to me. Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, she did. Nikki. All right, so here's something really interesting on Bob Lazar's name. All right. Oh, and I didn't send it to you, Gorilla Gamer. I thought I did send you an email. That's weird. It doesn't show that I sent it here. Let me get rid of this. Discard draft. I thought I emailed you. Well, I'll tell you now what I thought. First of all, I said, that was really cool. And then I think I wrote back to you. All right, so Bob Lazar's name. Okay, I did write it back to you. Okay. Bob Lazar. Okay, you know how I said last night that Bob Lazar could be the son of John Lear, but never has John Lear that we know of ever told, at least publicly, that we know if Bob knows that he would be his father. Now, if John Lear is his father, he would have had Bob Lazar at 16 years old. Well, he didn't have the kid, or whichever. He was 16 when John was born. Let's just say that. So we don't know. I'm just throwing this theory out there because it is weird, and I always thought it was really weird that our government would choose Bob Lazar to go work at S4. The guy seemed awfully shady, a recluse, owning a few brothels, which from now I understand weren't legalized 100%. So there was a little bit of shadiness going on with those brothels. Yeah. Bob Lazar should have never stepped foot at S4 if it exists. Right? Well, we know Area 51 is. We know it does. But John Lear comes from a family where I think his father was some sort of commander or something. I can't remember everything. But their family goes back to the 40s being in the military or the army or CIA. I think CIA was his dad, right? It makes sense to me that he could have stayed close to Bob Lazar, paid alimony, who knows, maybe whatever, to the mother. But they always kept it a secret because maybe he was married. Maybe, John Lear was married, didn't want anybody to know he had an affair. Who knows? Whatever it is, I just think it's an interesting theory. Now, if you want to go on a little bit of woo with the Bob Lazar being the son of John Lear, because I swear to you, I think there's a connection. How John Lear helped Bob Lazar. You figure it's got to be something to do with the bloodline, maybe. Who knows? Maybe with Bob Lazar being there and being the father of John Lear, the son of John Lear. Maybe it had something to do with their bloodline and UFOs. Who knows? All I'm saying is this is the weirdest. They should have never hired Bob Lazar, is what I'm saying. How did he get that job? It doesn't make sense. There's got to be 100 other people on the planet that, in the U.S. alone, that could have done much better than Bob Lazar. I don't know. All I know is his name is weird. And I always thought his name was too general and something about Lazar. Maybe it is where the Gorilla Gamer found for me. I don't know if he wanted me to tell you that, but he just sent me this information on Wikipedia about the name Lazar. Because Bob is common. Robert. It is one of the most common names in history, right? In at least America. Robert. Everybody knows a Robert, just like the name Lisa for a woman. Everybody knows a Lisa. Stevens are very popular, right? Well, Robert is a very common name. So I had a theory that he walks among common man as Robert. right? It's a common name. He walks among the common man. Lazar is different. It's not very popular, but that last name from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, Lazar is a male given name or a surname. The name is derived, as is Lazarus, from the Hebrew name Elazar or Eleazar, meaning God has helped. The most common of men is God, made in his image, who has helped us get to the next level of belief. Maybe? I know it's a stretch, right? God has helped. So Robert, the most common name, one of the most common names ever seen, Bob. Hey, Bob, everybody knows a Bob. It's the same forward and backward. I know it's a nickname for Robert, but nonetheless, everybody says Bob eventually, right? You think it. If for some reason it's there. Do you go by Bob or Robbie? No, I just go by Robert. Lazar, huh? You do know your name means, well, at least the Hebrew name, El-Azar or Eleazar, meaning God has helped. Did you know that Lazarus means God has helped? The most common of men is God. Bob Lazar is giving us an insight to a place that could take us back home. That's a stretch, but hey, we're trying here to come up with something different. And I thought it was very interesting. I want to play this clip for you because if you think about, and I'll get with the super chats here in a second. If you think about it, the Roman Catholic Church has a cathedral. Well, let me just show you this. They have a telescope, and I don't know if it's the largest one in the world or whatever, but it's named Lucifer. There are so many tie-ins because Bob Lazar. Think about it. What if Bob Lazar, his bloodline, maybe comes from John Lear, whose father worked in the CIA, blah, 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 blood, blood, blood. Maybe it starts the friggin' thing. Yeah? Maybe it gets it going. If he touches it, the DNA automatically gets strewn about, and the ship senses that it's that DNA, and maybe it'll start up. Maybe that was the whole trick of getting Bob Lazar there. Hey, I'm just reaching. It's just as good a story as Angelique. I should write a book on this. Hey, I bet you it would sell. People are hungry for Bob Lazar stuff. Sarasale Christel, member Christel Sarasale, with a $5 super chat. No emoji sticker, just pure. Got it. Ooh, you're getting good at these. Oh, I didn't know you knew I liked these. A Lucky Charm marshmallow. It's a heart. Thank you very much. I'll save it because if you wet it, it gets gooey. Thanks, Crystal. I'm a continuing supporter of Goofon. Grazie. I was pulling up this video. So let me pull this up. This is kind of wacky. It's not something I have looked deep into, but I'm telling you, I'm thinking I'm going to get into this Vatican, Luciferian, Christian devil thing. You got to hear what he says. Now, I've heard this before, and when I used to go to church, and I used to see Jesus up on the cross, as a Catholic, whatever, it never made sense to me. I even thought that where they nailed those nails, wherever they put the nails in, didn't match up. Like, how could it hold them up? And, as you get older, you find out, well, they didn't really go in there, they went in there, and they didn't really go in the foot, they went into the ankle thing. And you're like, so what do they got to put it up there like that for? I don't know, because it shows it's more gruesome that way. gruesome. They're nailing a body to a cross. How much more gruesome is it going to be if you take it out of the top of the foot to the ankle and the palm to the wrist? Come on. Anyway, listen to this. This is what gets me so irate.
Look at the Vatican. They have a lot of fucking Luciferian shit. Look at the sculpture of the resurrection. Pull that up, the sculpture, and you tell me if that's Jesus. Look up the. This isn't the Vatican cathedral. This is their main church. That does not. That's supposed to be Jesus right there.
Come on.
Let's go. This is supposed. It looks like a Slayer album cover.
Come on. Isn't that Lucifer? Or is that a Phoenix Rising? I don't know, man. That's pretty creepy to me. Like Game of Thrones type of shit.
Well, that looks like hell away. That's in the Vatican. That's the Serpent Cathedral.
That's dope.
Come on, man.
Look at that. The eyes, the fangs, the tongue. Come on now. That's the cathedral. God, I gotta go there someday.
The serpent.
Should
Look
do
at
a
the
show
fangs.
there, Joe.
Look at the fangs and look at the eyes.
That is a serpent.
Come on.
Look at the tongue that comes out
The
of the
Vatican's
fangs.
been
That's
pretending
amazing.
they're into Christ. They're not into Christ. Look
I
at the
see it.
fangs.
Give it up,
That's
bro.
the
I see it.
Vatican.
That
That's
is
the
his
inside.
Can somebody play the rest of this?
How is that Jesus? How is that Jesus right there?
Brian?
There's the Vatican has the biggest telescopes in the world. They
There
have
you
one
go.
called Lucifer. I don't think about that.
Yep,
they
that's
have
true.
a telescope called Lucifer in Sweden. It's
No, they don't have the biggest
biggest,
telescope
not
in
the
the
biggest
world.
telescope. You've gone too far. You think that's how crazy is that, right? How about it's real? How about it's real? When you look at the Vatican, they have
Right? I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Which we're going to go right into why humans will never travel interstellarly. Interstellarly? Interstellar? Hold on, I got a message. Usually if I get a message at this time, nah, that's funny. All right, thank you. Ben Yorkshire, UK with a £2 member. Ben Yorkshire, thank you very much. Again, no message. It's perfect. Guys, I don't mind messages. I'm just saying this is the fastest thing ever. Just gets over quicker. Thank you very much. No emoji, just totally going through. I haven't heard it come through yet. Whoa. Got it. Hot dog? Bacon. It's bacon. Thank you. Yeah, bacon's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, I don't understand why it's like this in the Catholic, at the Vatican, which blows me away when you think about the Denver airport. And it's all the end of the world scenario with Nazis and all sorts of strange stuff. You know, an atomic bomb going off, all this. Oh, it's an artist's rendering. I don't know. I just think it's weird. And why would they have the biggest, I don't know if it's the largest, something about it being the biggest or the best, I don't know. But that telescope, why would they have a telescope? I know, they're into they're looking for God. Oh, yeah, that's right. They need the telescope to look for God, I guess. That's where, you know, here's an idea for the Galileo project. Everywhere there's a telescope now, see if you can attach yours to that location. Because they got all the best locations on Earth, right? The highest, you know, out of the way of city lights. Yeah. Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, I don't know. What if they are demons, these aliens? What if they're out there already? You see, I don't like it. I don't like this whole thing. And I'm going to talk about why we're never going to go interstellar, ever. And I thought this for a long time. I guess I could say I always thought this. But if the aliens are here, see, this is so stupid. It's like I don't even want to say it, but I'm going to hypothesize. I'm going to play devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. So how many extinction level events has there been on Earth? 5, 6, 7, I don't know. Something like that, right? It seems every time there's an advancement in technology, I'm just saying, that there's some extinction level event that takes us back down. Kind of reminds me of what the Georgia Guidestones say. Earth is in harmony when there are 500 million people on the Earth, something like that. I'm paraphrasing the Guidestones, but and that means, if there's ever a catastrophe that is an extinction level event, like an asteroid hitting the Earth or nuclear fallout, pick your choice. Yeah, we're going to lose everything and start over again. Pretty much, right? Pretty much. I mean, the stuff probably will be hidden away somewhere. I know that they've got that seed bank all the way in New Zealand, up in the mountains there, right? With all the seeds of the earth, like corn and wheat and everything. Just in case something happens, we could rebuild and all the seeds are over there and we could rejuvenate the earth to our needs again. So I'm sure we'll be able to start over again. But will they be able to take us out to where we lose the technology or the ability to make this technology and continue where we left off? I would like to know if, let's say, 1 billion years ago, there were humans here, right? Maybe there was an extinction event. Then, 500 million years ago, I don't know, what was that event? What was that? All the land mass was one. Was that the Pangea? Whatever it was, 500 million years ago, all the continents were like together. And then what? They started up the planet and tectonic plates and everything. That's what it sounds like. It's like all the landmass was right here, and then somebody turned on the earth and started cranking out, and things started spreading apart. And, everybody started here at Africa, but once everything split across, whoever jumped over there and jumped over there and jumped north and south, that's where they went. I don't think we're designed to get off this planet. And I think humans are too emotional. They're too destructive. And by all means, pick your choice. But I think the aliens will make sure we don't leave this frickin' planet. Leave the solar system. Let's just say that. We're stuck here. And I know, we heard people say, we have the technology that could take E.T. home. Yeah, where? Where? Saturn? The moon? What does that guy mean? Oh, I see. Yeah. Another galaxy, some billion light year. Yeah, in a blink of an eye, right, Charlie? Yeah, there we go. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I want to buy it. I do. I love it. I just think we're stuck here. And I think that these extinction events happen to keep man on this planet. And I don't mean man as in man. I mean man as a mankind. Survival of the fittest. It's a strange way to think, I know. But I can't think of any other reason why we're stuck where we are right now, why we haven't advanced our technology in the last 95 years, why we're still using gas and carburetors and all sorts of, you know what I mean? Stuff that it just doesn't seem logical at this point. Maybe we advanced so quick that, we're having a plateau. Right? I don't know. If we have alien technology, we've talked about this before. They can't give it to us yet. The military's got to play with it. They got to figure out Somebody's got to figure out a way to make that safe for all of us to. Maybe it's so unsafe to, like somebody said in the chat room a while back, you can't have a nuclear reactor sitting next to your kitchen window outside. You know what I mean? You just can't have it. It's too dangerous. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can. But I just think that we're stuck here. And I think John Lear might be right. Maybe there are 2 million human beings strewn in the solar system. We just can't go interstellar. It's too far. Not with the technology that we have. And I know it's nice to live in fantasy land where stargates and wormholes exist. And I'm sure they do. But I think it's a random thing, a random occurrence. Kind of like what happens in the Bermuda Triangle or the Dragon's Triangle over Japan or wherever the frig it is. China? I don't know. Wherever that Dragon's Triangle is. But we ain't going anywhere. And that's the bottom line. I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Yeah, let me pull this up. I wish we could. I wish we could. I think we're stuck here for that reason. You know it's true. We're not going anywhere. All right, enough. I know. What is this that I read this today? And I'm gonna go over this new thing here. Where it's a oh, I have it up over here. Hold on. I believe I pulled it up already. Where are you? Where are you, Bubba? No. I guess I didn't pull it all the way up. Hold on there. What is that? That's not it. 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 All right. Is it over here? Nope. 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 All right. Well, I got it. It's coming up. Oh. Hold on. It's not coming up. Do. Here we go. I heard that there's an article that came out by McShillen, and I heard that this is bullshit. I don't know why I can't find. I know I took it out. I pulled it up myself. I could swear I did. What? I don't know what that was. I can't believe I can't find it. That's not fair. This isn't fair. Hold on. This is so weird. I think I found it. I think I was talking. Hold on a second. I'm a little confused on what I have lined up for tonight. How this got mixed in here. I have so bizarre what just happened. All right. I see that. This must be it. All right. I found it. Wow. That was weird. So I came across this article about Gary Reid, the former director of Defense Intelligence. So I'm just going to go about this. This is a shame. All this stuff, and I chalk it up to. Well, I'll tell you. I'll read it first. As the Pentagon's Director of Defense Intelligence and a senior executive in the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, OUSD, Gary Reid was in charge of all counterintelligence, security, and law enforcement operations within the DoD. This, in addition to heading up the Afghanistan Crisis Action Group, the office tasked with evacuating the Afghan refugees during America's withdrawal from Afghanistan. Great job, dude. Now, in an exclusive, the debrief has learned that Reid was recently dismissed from his duties within the government. Before his ousting, Reid had been the subject of a nearly 2-year-long investigation by the debrief. Speaking on the condition of anonymity, multiple current and former Pentagon employees told the debrief, Reid has engaged in wide-ranging misconduct and corruption for years. Duh. Come on. In the past 4 years, the DoD's Inspector General's office has investigated Reid on numerous allegations, including maintaining a sexual relationship with a subordinate employee, sexual harassment, and fostering a hostile work environment. I bet you there was more male testosterone going around that place than anything. This guy was probably flirting and trying to pick up. There was so much sexual energy at this office. I guarantee it. Looking at the guy's picture, I know it's true. In 2020, the IG office found that Reid had violated joint ethics regulations by creating an appearance of an inappropriate relationship or preferential treatment with the female subordinate and mishandling of controlled unclassified information. That's not good. So is he a spy? In May 2021, Reid was named in yet another formal IG complaint, this time involving former Director of National Program Special Management Staff at OUSD, I&S, Luis Elizondo. In his complaint, Elizondo accused Reid of playing a central role in obfuscating information regarding the Pentagon's intriguing newfound interest in unidentified aerial phenomena, more commonly known as UFOs. Reid was also accused of maliciously misleading the public about Elizondo's involvement with the DoD's quasi-secret UFO program, ATIP. This is interesting. It's not entirely clear what led to Reid's... When did this come out? Why am I getting that this happened already? No? This is new shit. All right, I don't know why. I'm having like a deja vu that I've already read this. It's weird. It's not entirely clear what led to Reid's recent dismissal. However, multiple defense officials familiar with the situation told the debrief they believe the weight of the numerous past allegations, the disastrous withdrawal of refugees from Afghanistan, and current investigations into misconduct were too significant and ultimately led to his dismissal. In an email, senior spokesperson for the DoD's Public Affairs Office, Susan Gao, is it Gao or Guff, did not refute that Reid had been dismissed. However, the DoD declined to provide any further comment on the matter at this time. Wow. According to a report of investigation obtained by the debrief via the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, in late 2019, Reid was investigated by the DoD's Inspector General's office regarding 4 separate complaints of him having sexual affairs with subordinate employees. Yeah, we know. 2 of the complaints accused Reid of having a sexual affair and providing preferential treatment to a female subordinate identified in the report as Employee 1. Various witnesses told IG investigators that they had observed Reid and Employee Number 1 engaging in questionable behavior, including kissing, hugging, and close personal interactions. They definitely stand closer to each other than I would stand next to any of my colleagues, one witness told investigators. In 2018 and 2019, Reid and Employee 1 took personal trips out of town together on at least 2 occasions. All right, we get it. Sightseeing, we know. Long walks on shore piers, got it. Daily lunches, yeah. All right, we get it. Other witness described the couple's carpooling as odd. He's the boss and she's the subordinate, said one witness. I've never seen that type of relationship between a supervisor and subordinate. Out of 20 witnesses interviewed by IG investigators, only 3 said Reid and Employer 1 relationship was solely professional and maintained. Who cares? All right. All they had to say was they had sexual relations maybe. And that's it. You don't need to tell us where they went to lunch. Who cares? Wow. Wow, it just goes on and on. All right, we get it. Yeah, the guy's a little dirty. The thing that caught my eye was the thing about Elizondo. Where is it here? You know what I mean? Elizondo accused Reid of playing a central role in obfuscating information regarding the Pentagon's intriguing newfound interest in UAPs, more commonly known as UFOs. Reid was also accused of maliciously misleading the public about Elizondo's involvement with the DoD's quasi-secret UFO program, ATIP. Did he? I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he did. But is this Elizondo at work? Is this Elizondo? Could it be? That got him in trouble? Yeah. Be careful. You never know. David Wilcox, member David Wilcox with the $5 super chat. Canadian says someday they will look at Mount Rushmore and wonder who built that like we think of megalithic structures today. You know, you would think that there would be records easily found by the time, well, maybe. It depends on how things go down. 3,000 to 5,000 years from now? 10,000 years from now? That thing's not going to last forever, is it? I know it's granite, right? Isn't that granite? It should last a long time. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I always wondered about what this planet, what it would look like. Like, let's say 5,000 years. Like, let's say we're gone tomorrow. Have you ever seen that TV show, Earth Without People, after 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 100 years? And then they go on to thousands of years later. It makes me wonder if, like New York City and Chicago, places that have very big concrete jungles, if they would ever really be gone. I don't think so. I think that would probably be like 50,000 years from now. I would think that all of that metal and all that stuff, it depends on how things stop, If there's a war and all those buildings get damaged to them, maybe they don't last as long. The weather gets in it a lot quicker. And, the earth will eventually take over everything, right? If it's not cared for, all of the seeds from all the birds picking up seeds and dropping them. If you ever seen that TV show, winds are blowing seeds all over the place. I mean, hundreds of miles across the earth, 1,000 miles. So this planet will reclaim itself once we leave. I don't think that as humans, I got to tell you, because I was trying, thank you, David Wilcox, for that thought-provoking super chat. Appreciate it. And a continuing supporter of Goof On. I don't see us lasting. I see something happening that's going to be devastating. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. Maybe an asteroid or something. Because if, let's say, Yellowstone goes up in the next 500 years even, that would be devastating. That could be, that supervolcano is going to go off. As a matter of fact, it goes off, I believe, every 640,000 years. And we've already passed the last time since it erupted. So it's due. And if that goes off, I could see that maybe becoming our nuclear winter. And all the crops go and everything and society falls apart. Maybe. But hopefully by, 100, 200 years from now. See, 100 years is nothing. But it's a lot. It's nothing in the grand scheme. But 500 years from now, I don't know, man. If something's going to happen, something's going to happen. You would think. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? I don't know. I had something else I was going to talk about, and I'm totally off. What is this? We already talked about that. Interstellar, already talked about that. Let's see what this is. Crashed UFO or natural ice shelf. This comes from Gorilla Gamer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've done this one before. Yeah, I'll just show it. I don't care. We've showed this before.
A sharp-eyed investigator scans satellite images of Antarctica and comes across a site that stops author Brad Olson in his digital tracks. It's a metallic...
See this here? This is peeking coming from underneath this little mountain here. It's part, and you'll see over here when they widen it back, this is just water. It's ice. We've already talked about this on the show.
Object half covered in ice. Look closer. It sure seems to be a raised disc casting a shadow onto the ice. Olson thinks that as the ice melts, an alien spacecraft has emerged from where it was left thousands of years ago. But what alien would park their ride in such a hostile place?
Antarctica and Mars are both extremely sterile environments. If I were a Martian and I wanted to choose a place on Earth to live, Antarctica, it'd be the closest thing to home I could find.
In October of 2020, a sharp-eyed investigator scans satellite images of Antarctica and comes across a site that stops author Brad Olson.
See this here? This goes right underneath here. I know they're going to change it, but there's water over here. And it comes out goes underneath.
In his digital
see?
Tracks.
That's all. You can see there's something here, it's just ice and it's peeking out underneath. It's an interesting one, but no UFO. Sorry. So yesterday, the Bob Lazar tapes were released. And I don't know if you listened to any of them, but I will play a few more minutes from those tapes from last night. I'll play a different part that I didn't play last night. And I think this is the part I was looking for. But
crazy things I did. And
here we go.
It's almost like they were... And in fact, I would deny you should something or other. Well, they went on and on about all this stuff, and they said, I don't know who they spoke to. When I was 15 or something, I blew out the second-story windows in my parents' house. And they brought that up, and I said, "Where are you guys getting this from?" And they had all this personal information about me, and I finally said somewhere in the interview that I said, "Is this working against me, by the way? Because now I'm not sounding like a guy that you'd want to hire." And then, they all laughed, and that was essentially the end of the interview when I was told to come back after that. But I don't know what the point was.
And they checked on me. They checked on my neighbors. They never came to me, never talked with me, but they talked with my neighbors.
The
kind of never talked to my parents.
Oh, they talked to
the Air
me.
Force. They talked to all the neighbors in the neighborhood. They never talked to my parents.
In fact, when I had heard that there were two investigators, this goes back to 1959, and I called the FBI office in Chicago, and I said, "Look, this is what I do. I'm an aviation historian, and I discovered the U-2 and what it does, and I have an interest in aerial reconnaissance airplanes, RB-57D, RB-36Js, And I said, I'd be happy to talk with you, but this is what I do. I intend to keep doing it. I'll come down to your office or send your guy out, and we'll sit down and talk." And they never confirmed it or anything else. They never said that it was their people or anything. My neighbors didn't know. They just said that they asked me, are you changing jobs? Are you going to work for the government or something, John? Because two guys have been asking all kinds of questions about you. It's like good father, good citizen, all, the whole background. So when I discovered that, I called FBI, and then they never called me in, and they never confirmed that it was them. And at that time, it could have been CIA people, because I was interested in the U-2 at that time. That's what it was all about.
Yeah, one of my friends who they talked in depth with, he said, again, they were, they really wanted to know about my personality. They said, In fact, I think specifically one of the questions was, now like when this guy gets mad, does he start throwing screwdrivers around or things like that? And, you know, how much does he drink? Questions along those lines.
Stability issues. Yeah.
What kind of friends? Two guys come over and start asking questions about the guy. I can't remember his name. Bill, is it? I don't know. But why didn't one of the friends go to the phone, call him up and say, I got guys here asking me questions? I guess, I don't know if it's the way they represent themselves, like, hey, you know, we're from the Human Resources Department at the Pentagon. Yeah. And we're thinking about hiring old Bob next door there. Just wondering, does he cheat at canaster? You know? Does he drink a lot? You know what I mean? I would call my whoever it was. I'd be like, hold on a second. You know, nowadays it's different, I guess. I don't know. But if they still do that's interesting to me. Going around asking your friends and neighbors about you without telling you they're going to do that, that's just weird. Hey, man, a couple of guys. If my parents called me and said, hey, a couple of guys were over here asking about you, are you going to go work at the Pentagon? I'd be like, no! Why didn't you call me when they rang the doorbell? Oh, we don't know what you're doing. You're working with those guys in Hawaii. You know, you're at UFOs. I don't know. Maybe you saw something you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
Drugs and things like that.
Yeah, of course, drug stuff came up.
Mark got into hot water. He kind of liked a little lady in England who was with the IRA. The Air Force frowned upon it.
Yep.
Caused a little problem.
I dealt with the OSI on that.
He's even got that chin. He's got that John Lear chin. Look at that chin.
Yep.
It's got the same mouth. Same head shape. Hey, it's John Lear's kid.
Problem.
Telling you, I'm right.
The OSI on that.
Yeah, they came and pulled one of my friends out of work. USI up in Tonopah.
And they're ones to find any little niche they can get a crowbar into about your past and whatnot that they can use eventually as evidence why you shouldn't be around.
All right, I can't do this anymore. All right, let's move away. We'll wait for the new tapes tonight. I want to go off on a different tangent here for a minute, because everybody knows about Will Smith and the slap on Chris Rock, right? This is what I'm about to show you is what comedians were afraid of happening when they started going on stage after the Will Smith event. They were afraid that something like this might happen, and it did. So check this out.
I'm gonna dangle you off the roof like Vanilla Ice in this bitch. Play with me.
Are you Suge Knight?
Hey, you scared, bro?
Yeah, a little bit. Of course I
am. He's yelling his business.
I mean, he did threaten to dangle me off the balcony. Should I not be a little afraid? You know what I'm saying? You know, I spent 2 years in prison, so I see the danger, bro. Yeah.
That means you fucked in your cut in your bullshit, gay shit. You got caught.
Damn, bro. That guy's been fucked in every hole. You've never been fucked? See, exactly. I'm way more G than you, bro. I'm way more gangster than you. You snitched. Hey, you snitched. That's how you got out of your bit, bro. I took that shit serious.
Keep the snitched word out of your mouth. I said keep the snitched word out of your mouth. That's the result of what happened when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Now people feel that they can just walk up and attack somebody, a comedian of all people. Jokes. You're going out for jokes. You know these are jokes. Don't you understand? That's what a comedian does. Anyway. Well, that's the world we're living in, man. If that guy was gangster, he wouldn't attack somebody for calling him a snitch, a comedian. It's so stupid, though. I don't know what's going on in this planet. It's got to stop, and it's not going to. Here's something I thought was funny. I forgot to show yesterday. This is how they would give us the sky if they could. Hide all the chemtrails. Anything else that's going on. UFOs, drones, spy balloons, blimps, you name it. Thought that was a funny meme. Yep, that's the world we're living in. What do you think the most likely explanation for the Gimbal UFO is? Mick West put this tweet out today. Still talking about this frickin' thing. Don't know, 13%. Misidentified plane drone, 34.1%. Secret tech, human, 16.2%. Aliens or NHI, 36.7%. So you got 50% believe it's man, and the other 50% unknown or aliens. Yep, good old Mick West trying to stir up the Twitterville. And let's go over here for a little bit. See what our friend's saying here at Post-Disclosure World. UFO Jesus still around. He says after 70 years of lies and obfuscation. See, there's the new word, kids. Lou Elizondo started saying obfuscation. In case you haven't noticed. That's why it's being used by the biggest Lou echo chamber UFO Jesus. After 70 years of lies and obfuscation on the UFO issue, Gary Reid was selected as the executive secretary of the DoD's UAP office. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God, is that real? Of course it's real. This guy, of all people. Yeah, I don't like this. You know what I mean? What is going on? I'm a little confused. It's over. Yeah. What did you expect was going to happen? Is that real? Did that really happen? Is he? Gary Reid? He was selected as the executive secretary of the DoD's UAP office. So, I get this question every now and then. This is a good tweet from Priscilla Stone. She says, by the logic of many on Twitter, experiencers should just shut their mouth because the accounts are hearsay. If that's the case, never share any story or thing that's happened to you. It's all hearsay after all, isn't it? I actually wrote down something. I said it's because many people have lied and got caught lying, so we want evidence more than ever. That's it. That's all. Right? I know a lot of you have stories. I've got mine, even though I've got some on video to prove it. Hey, look, how many people out there, I think I'm the only one that has video of somebody recording me, following me, right? I'm the only one that I know of that has any video like that. Does anybody else have video of somebody recording them, recording the sky? I don't know of any. And wait until you see the other. Oh, that's what I got to do. God, I'm so lazy. I can't stand being lazy. It's not lazy. I've just got a lot of stuff to do. And I want to get these out there. These videos that I have of people watching me. And, not a lot of people have evidence of their UFOs, right? People say they've seen them, but not a lot of people have videos. Lots of stories, lots of crazy things. What about the guy at Stardust Ranch, the guy who ran a competitive second to the Skinwalker Ranch? What was that guy's name? Saying he killed aliens with his machete. Where's the evidence of that? Oh, well, once you chop the head off the alien, it all disappears. It's the magic of popping fresh loopholes. I tell you, what a great story. Oh, don't get me started. We need evidence. But I don't say, don't tell us your story. It's how the story's being told. Let's take Anjali, for instance. Hate to talk about her, but this is why people come up with their stories. I think a lot of people like the attention, to be honest. I think people don't have, I don't know. I have to hear the story. I believe some people. I don't believe everybody. But I believe what happens is a lot of people have experiences when they were younger, or like they get into this field and they go through their own memory. They're like, I think I may have had an experience like that one time when I was 25. What am I, 50 now? And then they try to remember these things, and I don't know. They tell their story on Facebook or wherever, and people like it, right? And they're like, wow, that happened to me too. Wow, that happened to me too. Wow, I've had that experience. Wow, that's similar to mine. And the next thing you know, they're getting this adrenaline rush from people saying, hey, me too. And now they feel like, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to tell more of what I think happened to me. So like in the case of Anjali, I believe she started telling her story one day. And for some reason it caught legs and people were interested in hearing it. And then she came out with this story with Wayne and the mountain and, you know, the thing underground and all that. Then that fell apart. And now if you watched Stephen Cambion the last couple of shows, she apparently started up some other thing now that she's talking about that I can't remember exactly. But now she's on some other, on this new kick. I can't remember. I bet I could find it real quick, though, because I know I pulled it up. Let me see. Yeah, I think I was watching Cambion's show. That's where I think it came from. I can't remember what she's doing exactly now. But her story's a little different. Now she's got a new story. I think it has to do with her mother and her mother's eggs that were taken, and she may be, oh, that's it. She's like a hybrid child now. Isn't that it? Yeah, I think I talked about this the other day. So now she's come up with the new thing, and Cambion said as part of the 5 ingredients to become a habitual liar, you know, you have the story, see how people believe it. Once they forget about it, you disappear for a little bit, come back with the new story, rinse and repeat. And that's what she's doing. She got caught. Wayne called her out. Cambion called her out. Now she's got this new story. But no evidence. People are eating it up. And I don't get the fascination with her. And I'm telling you, I think she is doing I think she's doing research. I think that's what Anjali is doing. That's why she goes on a lot of podcasts. And every now and then she'll go on somebody's podcast that doesn't agree with her, just to get that side of it. But it may be really stressful for her to get a lot of negative energy. Who knows? She doesn't want anybody. She wants people to believe her. That's the psychology of doing some sort of experiment like this. I think that's what she's doing. But then again, I look back and I said, no. She's already been doing this since she was 5-6 years old. She's an habitual liar. She's just like, who's the guy that went up in the spacecraft? Travis Walton and Mike, right? He didn't disappear for 5 years. He wasn't dehydrated. That whole thing, they used to play like they were abducted in the mountains, in the forest, and running. And the whole neighborhood knew these were the abduction kids. These were the alien boys. They always cried wolf. We were abducted by aliens. Everybody knew them as the kids who say they were abducted by aliens. Ah, funny, funny. They've been perfecting that story. And one day there was this contest in the National Enquirer who's got the best UFO story. And that's what they came up with, I bet. I bet that's it. That's exactly what it is. I don't believe Travis Walton was abducted. Absolutely not. He doesn't act like it. The guy is very quiet, very standoffish. He's not a, hey, how you doing, guy? I'm Travis Walton. Yeah, I was the guy who was abducted. The one they made the movie about. That's not the guy. That's not a guy who was abducted. Travis Walton's like, nice to meet you. Oh, that's nice. That's very. I mean, he's very doesn't want to deal with anybody. You can see it. He's got that bitch face, that never-ending resting bitch face. Like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to answer any questions. That's not the guy who's been abducted for 5 days, who has a story to tell, that's proud of a story he has to say. He's never been that way. Because it's a fucking lie. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swear. Got a little excited. I don't believe in Travis Walton anymore. Nope. No way. No way. He wasn't. Hey, you know who died? I was a little saddened to find out a couple of days ago. I just found out today that Gilbert Gottfried died. Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't know. Affleck. He was also in Beverly Hills Cop. He was for $200, he was a lawyer in the movie, and he let Eddie Murphy use his computer to look someone up. $200? Ouch! Let go my arm. Remember? Look, I want experiencers to tell us the freaking truth. You don't need to lie. The story's good enough. And I'm telling you, the less detail, the better. Anjali took it a little bit too far. That's why I think what she's doing is a psychological experiment on the American people, or anybody on who's involved in UFOs or likes UFOs and aliens. Seriously. Here's an interesting one. After this, I want to show you what a real president looks like. But here's James Fox. I played this before, but I always enjoy it when he talks. I like James Fox. He's a pretty good guy.
UFO, or several UFOs, landed at a school in broad daylight in Rua, Zimbabwe, Africa, and interacted telepathically with nearly 100 school children. How significant of a story would you give that? And they got some of them within arm's length of these beings. And I myself didn't believe it when I first heard about it back in 1997. And you've got all these children saying what they saw on camera after it happened. That segment of the film is the most, in my opinion, is the most powerful segment.
Because it's very compelling. It's so compelling because the children are all clearly, they're not actors. You could tell it's a deeply moving experience. If they were actors, they wouldn't have been able to do such a good job. They're all consistent in the story, and they're all clearly still shook by this moment. Those kids, the way they were talking about it and the way they were drawing it, you're like, wow, it really does seem like something happened to them.
A UFO or...
Doesn't it? I think that is one of the greatest alien stories ever. Those kids, that experience and their depiction of what happened will go down as probably one of my favorite ever. I used to like Rendlesham Forest because of Colonel Holt's recording that night when, you hear him on the audio tape saying, wow, there's one out there. Oh, there's a beam coming out of it. It was just real compelling stuff. Still no proof about the children. Right. Okay. Right. There's nothing that you could say that constitutes as proof. But when you take these school children and separate them, what John Mack didn't John Mack do the investigating on that? And when he separated those kids and told them to draw what they saw, and everything was within just a few angles of being nearly identical. And the aliens with the big eyes, and they talked telepathically to a few of them. It just doesn't get any better. No, there's no physical proof, but when you get different children, different ages, and teachers all talking about the same thing, you just can't come out and say it didn't happen. Could it have been a hallucination of some sort? The friggin' aliens came out of the ship, walked up to two of the students within arm's length, spoke to them telepathically, and told them that you're destroying your planet with your technology. I'm paraphrasing. Why would the aliens, if they were, why would they tell school children? And the only answer I could think is, they didn't know that they were school children. They knew that they were intelligent beings and wanted to deliver a message that seemed like they didn't have a lot of time to hang around and find the people they might have been able to deliver the message to. But nonetheless, a message was delivered to these children telepathically. And it's one that I believe. So I try to be logical about this. And I'm like, okay, let's say it wasn't aliens at all. And this was us. You know, we had a ship that was able to go in and out of existence, you know, just disappear and then reappear, and able to land wearing alien suits of some sort and talking to these children telepathically. Did we dress up as aliens and have the technology of a UFO already? Because this was about 20 years after Roswell, right? 30 years? 25, 27? About 30 years, I think it was, right? So they're wearing the alien costume and they talk to the children telepathically. How? Because they already had the technology back engineered, maybe from the alien ship, to throw, you know, like throw the audio wave to their head. Somehow. Because we have the technology now where they aim the radar dish, or whatever it is, at the people they want the loud noise. You know, they could even send them messages right to their heads. And it's pretty amazing technology. But did they have it 40 years ago? I don't know. But to make a ship go in and out of existence, shit. It's almost as if they were in a wormhole or some sort of like a time machine of some sort. You know, like they only had a few moments. Like they came and it looked like, from the way the story goes, it popped in and out like twice. So I think maybe the first time it came out to see what was around, then they saw some activity, maybe some school kids and playing outside or something. Then they came back, and that's when the kids saw it through the window and they all went outside running. I mean, that's amazing that it was there that long. I don't know how that could be faked. I just don't know. And that's one of the few stories I believe. Now, after all these years, Rendlesham, I know that I think Peniston has a new book coming out or came out. But I was talking to somebody about this who gave me some information about the Rendlesham story. And it's really interesting. Because I don't even know if I could even say it the way I heard it. I'll try my best. According to some researchers out there, you know how now they're talking about being injured by UFOs if, you get too close to it. You can get radiation burns, or, your skull gets enlarged and gets pulled to your skull. I mean, it's really strange what happens to the brain, apparently, when you get next to UFOs or in the vicinity of them. But why don't all the people who were around what was in Rendlesham Forest get sick? Because according to Peniston, he's now having major health issues. John Burroughs was out and about with the UFOs, but I don't know if he got close to it. But the way the story is now, if you have a negative intention or bad intentions and you're near a UFO, you may get injured just because of your negative thoughts. Because apparently, Peniston pulled his gun out and aimed it at the UFO. You know, the one that landed? But John Burroughs already has been out 2 other times, and this would be the 3rd time, I think, that he was out and nothing happened to him, and he was right next to the UFO, but he didn't pull a gun. But Peniston pulled a gun and is saying he's having all these health issues. Well, apparently, that's a lie, because some of the health issues that he had, he already reported, I guess, to who, I think it was it Kit Green? I'm not sure if I remember that correctly, but Kit Green ran the CIA. Weird Desk. Ran the CIA Weird Desk. Isn't that what it was called? The Weird Desk? The Weird... Isn't that it? Am I wrong? I think I'm right about that. But anyway, he says that he already had these health problems, and now he's trying, I think, to sell a book. So he's coming up with this, more health issues, because that's what's hot. That's the hot button now. Everybody's getting, I had health issues. Oh my God. You get near a UFO and you got bad intentions, they're going to pull your brain out. Right? You're gonna get diabetes. You go near that UFO with bad thoughts. Huh? You got polio? What were you doing? Pulling a cannon? Oh, forget it. That guy died. Yeah. He urinated. He said, I'm urinating on this UFO. He died 2 days later. Died 2 days later. Why? Hey, I don't know. But he peed on a UFO, so he died. That's a bad intention. Those aliens don't like it when you got bad intentions. Stupid. But is it true? You know, all these people at Rendlesham's, there was a few people around that one triangular thing, and, he touched it. Am I wrong on that? Peniston, John Burroughs? Peniston's the one who... Was it John Burroughs? Do I have it backwards? No, I think I got it right. Did I say it backwards? It's possible. Well, whoever pulled their gun, bad things are happening to that guy. I don't know. I get so confused with Rendlesham Forest, with Holt and Peniston and Burroughs. Oh my. Yeah, it's always... I don't know why Rendlesham does that to me. I always get the names screwed up. Who cares? It was 40 years ago. Get over it. Why are we still talking? It's like Rendlesham. Rendlesham's like Roswell. It'll never go away. Never. But now, you got to sell a book. So why not make it the hot point now? Hey, I got injuries too, I had bad intentions. I pulled my gun. They made me sick. I pulled my gun. They made me sick. I pulled my gun. I got diabetes. So I wonder Oh, I wonder. Oh, I wonder. Okay. Any of you see a UFO? Think positively. No. Think positive thoughts. Good thoughts only. You know why? They may heal you. If you think happy thoughts around the UFOs. Well, if they have bad intentions, they're going to make you sick. So if you have good intentions, they're going to make you healthier. That's the logical way to think about this. Oh, I'm telling you, ufology just changed. Do not think about pulling a gun. Do not think about pointing a laser. That seems like a weapon. Don't do it. Think happy thoughts. So what would you think now that if you saw a UFO and thought it could cure you, what would the happy thought be? Baking a cake, smelling the air, watching a thunderstorm, walking on the beach, listening to dolphins. I don't know. But these UFOs are magical. You pull a gun on a UFO 40 years later, you'll feel the pain. He had those issues before he saw the UFO. That's the weird thing about Rendlesham. It may be real. I think it is. I think it really happened. Didn't it happen over 2-3 nights, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? Like 3 nights, right? Like 2 nights before Christmas? And then the second night, on December 24th, is when they went to get Colonel Holt at the Christmas party. That's right. And then he went out, that's what I was going to grab real quick. I really love that Rendlesham recording. It's one of my favorite of all time. I don't know. I like it. Let's see. How do you spell Colonel? I spelled it wrong. Doesn't matter. Here it is.
Ahead of them. As the men investigate the original landing location, curiosity and nothing more. Raised symbols in white labeled simply 4 hours later. Colonel Holt is at a party attended by both British and American officers when he receives a call. The UFO is back. Holt wastes no time and immediately leaves the party, assembling a patrol to investigate the sighted craft once more and hopefully debunk it. Upon entering the forest, Holt and his men discovered that other patrols have already arrived, but are experiencing difficulties with the electronics in their patrol vehicles and their radios. Nobody has seen the exact whereabouts of the craft, however, so Holt takes his team toward the original landing location from 2 nights ago. As they arrive, they spot a glowing red object moving through the forest ahead of them. Holt, who is carrying a mini tape recorder, begins making notes as he observes the craft.
Pigmentation. You saw like where? Right in this position here, straight ahead, in between the tree. There it is again. Watch, straight ahead off my flash right there, sir. There it is. Hey, I see it too. What is it? We don't know, sir. So can I get some? Yeah, it's a strange, small red light. Looks to be on maybe a quarter to half mile, maybe further out. I'm going to switch off. The light is gone now. It was approximately 120 degrees from the site. Is it back again? Yes, sir.
As the men investigate the light in the distance, they notice that the farm animals nearby, which had been going crazy, seem to have quieted down, as if something was terrifying them into silence. Undaunted, the men push on and run straight into a flashing red light directly ahead of them.
Biggest boat, the first nightbird we've seen. We're about 150 or 200 yards from the site. Everything else is just deathly calm. There is no doubt about it. There's some type of strange flashing red light ahead. It's yellow. I saw a yellow tinge in it too. Weird. It appears to be maybe moving a little bit this way. It's brighter than it has been. Yellow. It's coming this way. It is definitely coming this way. Pieces of it are shooting off. There is no doubt about it. This is weird. To the left. Yeah, definitely moving. Two lights. One light to the front, one light to the left. Keep the flashlights off.
The men spot the light moving slowly
That's crazy. If that's real. I think it is. It's pretty amazing stuff what these guys possibly... And the thing is, right, wasn't it at the end of the year, last year, they brought it up again that Rendlesham was just a hoax on the Americans, because when they used to do their little training missions with the British or whoever the frig was over there, the British, right? They used to capture, in these little games that they played, they used to capture them and call them aliens. So as the story goes, during the Christmas break, they decided to get even with the Americans and make believe that they were aliens, like real space aliens. That's the story they've come out with on the other side of the fence. So stupid. I think it really happened. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just living here. Let's finish it off.
Light again.
Let's approach to the edge of the woods up there. Can you want to do it without lights? Let's do it carefully. Come on. Okay, we're looking at the thing. We're probably about 200 to 300 yards away. It looks like an eye winking at you. It's still moving from side to side. And when you put the star scope on it, it sort of has a hollow center, a dark center. It's like the pupil of an eye looking at you and winking. And the flash is so bright to the star scope that it almost burns your eye.
Colonel Halt and his men move toward the light, and to conserve tape, the colonel stops recording.
Doesn't it sound like that Colonel Halt was acting in that last scene? Maybe he was part of the joke and fueling the fire. Listen to this. This sounds like he was acting.
Winking at you. It's still moving from side to side. And when you put the star scope on it, it sort of has a hollow center, a dark center. It's like the pupil of an eye looking at you and winking. And the flash is so bright to the star scope that it almost burns your eye.
Colonel Halt and
that part right there, it
and his
almost
men
burned
moved
your eye. I don't know, man. I'm so skeptical. Now I don't know.
2015, now we've got an object about 10 degrees directly south, 10 degrees off the horizon. And the ones to the north are moving, one's moving away from us. Moving out fast. This one on the right heading away too. Yeah, they're both heading north. So here he comes from the south. He's coming toward us now. Now we're observing what appears to be a beam coming down to the ground. This is unreal.
Incredibly, one of the craft seems to emit a beam of light that lights the ground a few dozen meters in front of the men. On the recording, the other men with Colonel Halt can be heard excitedly cursing and muttering in fear when the colonel stops the tape again. By now, he's had enough and believes he and his men may be in danger, so he orders them to return to the base. Incredibly, the lights continue to put on their light show, with one even flying over the air base and being spotted by the colonel and his men beaming a light down to an unspecified location on the base. Shortly after the incident, the British Ministry of Defense and the United States Office of Special Investigations conducted an investigation into the incident, declaring that there existed nothing of any notable concern that had occurred that night. Many, including Colonel Halt himself, believe the governments of the United States and Great Britain covered up the incident and suppressed much of the evidence, though the colonel's own recording was kept safe and released to the public in the 2000s. Much of the physical evidence, such as indentations at the landing site and radiation counts recorded by Colonel Halt and his team, would be explained away as being nothing more than rabbit burrows or normal background radiation spikes. However,
bullshit.
If we're to believe Colonel Halt's version of the events, then this might be nothing more than disinformation meant to silence any discussion about the incident, or to at least ruin the credibility of the witnesses. In the end, the best evidence we have is the Colonel's tape itself, and it's...
Nah. I don't know. I think they covered it up. I think they did. I think they covered it up. Absolutely. And I want to thank somebody real quick. Let me thank somebody. I want to give thanks. I want to give thanks to Rich who is, just became a patron. Oh, that's brand new. I didn't see that yet, did I? Thanks, Rich. Rich W. I don't know if I can say his name, so I'll just keep that. Thank you very much for that. And then there was another one. I think RAW became a GoofOn member. So thank you to you guys for that. Appreciate it. And you can continually support the show. We are a donation-supported show. We go 6-7 nights a week. And trying to... Now, look, it seems like the Artemis launch is still on. It's just been delayed. And they still want us, me and Jason Summerly, to go behind the scenes. So that is still going to happen. I keep forgetting to call Jason back. I'll call him tomorrow. But it looks like it's only a few weeks away that we'll be going to watch the Artemis launch. So that's still on. Also, what is on is my trip to Disneyland, which I plan on going in the last... I'll tell you when I'm going to go. I'll tell you right now. I'll probably go the 23rd of April or the 30th. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to go on the 30th, depending on a lot of different things. But either way, we're going to go. So I'm very excited about this trip. And that'll happen on the 30th. I wish I could take somebody with me. But because I'd like to pay for your way, but it's kind of expensive to go out there. So, you know, if anybody's going to be in the Orlando area in a week or two and you want to go with me, let me know. I think it's about $160 for or $100, something like that. Either way, it's not cheap. I want to go to through the Pandora thing and check that out. So that would be nice to record all that and just make a little video, do some research in the area. I know there's a place out there that I want to do a ghost hunt. So maybe that'll happen, stay the night, I don't know. But we're still doing stuff. Thank you, Tony McLear, member! Tony McLear, member of GoofOn. Thank you. Whoa, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I think you're number 33. I think you're number 33. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody tonight. That about wraps it up. Thank you, moderators, super chatters. Thank you very much for your support. Coral Ann doing another great job. Thank you very much. And everybody, can't do it without you. I appreciate the support more than you know. And then what else? Newcomers and veterans. Yeah, thanks for making things go. You know how to make this chat room fly and keep the conversation going. Appreciate that. And if you like the show, great. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I know Third Phase of Moon supposed to be coming out with the 30-minute segment on the Bob Lazar tapes later on, if they weren't too busy. I know they're out with Greer, and they still have a few days left with Greer, about 4 or 5 days left. And they said it's going really well. So I'm excited to see what happens. But thank you. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And we are, what are we? Truthology for ufology? Yeah. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday.